So when I was shuffling out this spread for you, I saw this image. You have some really good cards, by the way, and the energy is very buoyant and very playful. So I really like this spread. But let me talk to you about the image. So I see the scene at the museum. There's this big portrait of this Venetian lady. She's like a royalty, okay, from the Renaissance period. And she's wearing a crown and she has a scepter. She's holding a scepter, and she's wearing like just really bright reds and gold. So her clothing is very decadent. She's sitting down, and so it's a picture, a painting of this woman. It's huge. And there's a velvet rope around it, and there are so many people gathered around the velvet rope looking at this picture of this woman. And I see her eyes start moving. It's almost like the picture is coming to life. The woman in the picture is becoming real. So whereas she was, two-dimensional, now she's three-dimensional, and then like her face starts protruding out from the flat canvas, and then her arms poke out, and then she comes to life, and she just like walks out of the picture frame. And when she walks out, the crowd is just like, wow. They weren't scared. They didn't run for their lives, because she's big, and she's a lot bigger than the average person. They weren't scared. They were just in awe. And so she walks away from it, and then she leaves this indentation of herself where she used to be in the picture. So when I saw this, I was just like, either you have a lot of people that are gathering around you, admiring you, or the confidence that you're getting about your own capabilities, about your own self-worth, about your own, just your own sense of confidence is being bolstered up because other people believe in you. So I feel like there's this really nice energy here about coming to life, feeling rejuvenated, feeling revitalized, feeling like we can do anything, and especially having that sense of community gathering around us in order to give us strength to come alive again. Okay, so I do sense this community. It's almost like the something is being ignited in you where you feel like you feel like whole again. You feel like yourself again, and especially you feel like you believe in yourself. You believe that you are real, and so you're coming to life. So a lot of coming to life imagery. In conjunction with the spread, what we do have here is you have some new passions that are being stirred up in your life. And this spread is very work. Well, it's, I always try to, figure out work in a spread, mainly because a lot of people are, concerned about their work, especially right now. So let me talk about whatever comes up first, okay? So the first four cards. There is a person in your life that you're very attracted to. I'm sensing that. And you get very weak in the knees when you're around this person. You get very shy when you're around this person or when you're interacting with them. And I almost feel like when you get shy and when you don't know what to say, when you get tongue-tied, I feel like you try to say something to mask how you feel, or to downplay your emotions, or to steer the conversation in a specific way so that it doesn't make you uncomfortable. Okay, so I feel this shyness, this discomfort, not in a bad way. It's just you're dealing with somebody that you really like. They stir some deep feelings in you, passion and chemistry, but also shyness coming from you, which is very rare for Sagittarius. But I feel like all of this is never displayed. It's never shown. You don't purposely show the other person this. But I feel like deep down you're very shy. So what we have here is the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is the beginning of a brand new spark of passion where it's almost like coming to life, the birthing process, the process of creating something, making something happen and becoming real. Okay, so I feel like it's the beginning of something. Somebody is stirring these feelings within you. And this is the shyness that I was mentioning. What do I do in this situation? I feel weak in the knees. I feel a little bit uncomfortable. I feel a little bit out of my element. This is like questioning our lovability, questioning, does the other person feel the same way? Am I showing too much on my facial expressions? Can they look at me and know how I feel about them? Should I hide it? So you have a lot of these just questions churning in your head, okay? And a lot of it has to do with the other person. The energy of the other person is the Emperor. This is somebody who is, I feel, a lot older than you, so there might be a significant age difference. I also feel that you are really missing this person. There's probably distance, either emotional distance or geographical distance. Okay, it seems like they're in, two different lands. Okay, and the Two of Wands is usually long distance relationships. This is somebody who is very, very, very intelligent, and they can be male or female. The cards are not gender specific, but someone who's very regal, probably very attractive, very good looking, the classic beauty, like they could be classically handsome, classically beautiful. It's somebody that most people would consider very attractive. And I feel like this is somebody who is they're not in their emotions. They're very rational. The Emperor is somebody that thinks with his head. He thinks very, very logically. He's very intelligent. He's very good at problem solving, at delegating, at leading people, and he's very, very courageous. So this is somebody who is a creative thinker. They think outside the box. They solve problems. They don't mind getting their hands dirty. They have a lot of admirable qualities, but I feel like there is a lot of physical attraction associated with this person. Because Sagittarius, especially if you are dating men in particular, Sagittarius who are dating men, you could be male or female. Sagittarius is a very masculine sign. So for Sagittarius women, you're a very masculine sign. And when it comes to the people that you are interested in or attracted to, you need somebody that can kind of know how to handle you. You need somebody who is classically very, very masculine. And I feel like this is the epitome of it. Okay, this is somebody who's externally and internally very strong, very certain, very sure of him or herself. And so this is the person you would be incredibly physically attracted to. If there was like an archetype, this is the person that would draw in a lot of Sagittarians because they know how to hold their own. They don't bend to anybody's will. They're a little bit of a challenge, and you like a little bit of a challenge. And very stubborn as well. So here's where things kind of take a detour. I see there's a lot of teasing back and forth between you and this person. Okay, so if this is like a relationship partner, if you're together, I feel like there's a lot of clashes. Okay, so like clashes of egos. This is not somebody that bends. Okay. And I feel like it could be a little bit frustrating, like a love-hate type of a deal with this person, where you don't see eye to eye. And then when you get into an argument, it becomes very heated where you have to take a time out. Okay. And then I also feel if this is somebody that you're not in a relationship with, that you're interested in, this is a person that teases you. I see a very playful energy about him in this spread, where he might say things to purposely aggravate you, or she. There's a teasing back and forth, banter, and I feel like this is somebody who's actually very attracted to you too. And so there's this back and forth, and I feel like both parties are just as stubborn about concealing their emotions. So I see this person, poking fun at you or doing things to kind of get a rise out of you. And then you get angry and you get upset and you walk away, and then you inevitably come back. So walking away, getting upset, but then always coming back because the draw from this person is very, very, very strong. I see a lot of physical connection and chemistry. It's really strong. And the other person, they're not aware of how you feel about them. Okay, so if you're wondering, they're not aware of how you feel about them. And that's why they're taking this approach with you. Because the Emperor, He is very, I want to say, he's very at home in the realm of reason, rationality, strategizing, as well as, moving plans forward, leading people. But when it comes to more of the emotional realm, it would be more like the Empress. She's at home, right? She's the hearth and the home and the children and the emotions and the softness. So this is not somebody who's soft, okay? They don't know how to deal with, they don't know how to, go up and say like, oh, how was your weekend? How's your mom? How's your dad? That's not them. That's not what they do. What they ask is, how are you? How's work? How's your, I don't know, how's your car? How's, they ask about the physical things. They don't ask about the emotions. So if you're wondering, why are they behaving like this? Why are they kind of poking fun at me? Why are they joking around like this? It's because they don't really know how you feel about them. And they're trying to get an emotional response from you in any way that they can, just so they can gauge how you're feeling. And so if you're dealing with that situation, maybe that will help. Okay, maybe coming back like this, you know, downcast and vulnerable and just letting your guard down. Maybe this will soften their energy a little bit. Okay, so I feel like no matter what, you inevitably always comes back to this. And because of it, I would say that I feel it's a really strong pull from this person. They pull you back in, they reel you back. And then I also feel like for some of you, there might be, once again, you're being admired, you're coming to life. Jupiter, the planet of luck, is also in your sign. And so what I feel is it draws out this magnetism within you, and other people are drawn to it. So people will be very drawn to you. So I feel like some of you have two suitors. This person and this person. Okay, so we have the Hierophant and the Emperor, and they're embodiments of people, especially the way that I read this spread and the cards with this deck. So one person is very relationship oriented. Very relationship oriented. I call it like the serial monogamous, somebody who goes from one relationship to the next. They need to have somebody by them, by their side, and they don't want to be on their own. They'd rather be in like a bad relationship as long as they're in a relationship. So this is somebody I feel like you need to be a little bit careful about, and I feel you are careful. This is your energy. You have a baseball bat. It's like you're keeping it there just in case they try to make a move, just in case they try to, make a pass at you, or just in case they overstep their boundaries. So I feel like there is somebody that's trying to get your attention, and the way that they do it is they try to show you how accomplished they are. They try to show you, what car they drive, how much property they own, how much money they make. And they put on an air almost like they're very self-assured. But I feel like deep down, they're very, very afraid to be on their own. And Sagittarius people you guys love your independence. So when you approach this person, you will sense the insecurities, okay? I feel like it emanates from them, the insecurity, the need to be in a relationship. And you're going to see through it. So I want you to be a little bit careful about this person. And then if you're dealing with both, your heart is definitely here, but there's somebody trying to get your attention over here. They're both trying to get your attention, but there's somebody here that you should be weary about. Aside from that, what I do sense here is if you are dealing with any type of a legality, dealing with legal issues, court cases, unfinished business related to, ownership, especially property, or like settlements and disputes and things like that, but something court related. I feel like it's the last leg of the journey. So I feel for many of you, there's going to be some type of a closing out of a cycle. as well as things being done in your favor or some type of a ruling in your favor. So I feel like it's either ending or it's pretty much the last leg of the journey. Okay, fight another day, and then I feel like things are going to be turning in your favor. I have the Justice card here. And so what I'm feeling is it's going to prevail and it's going to be ruled in your favor. And so you don't have to worry at least about that part anymore. It's going to come to a natural conclusion and it's going to be fine, okay? Career and finances. You have two of the best cards in the deck here. I have the Wheel of Fortune and the Star. The Wheel of Fortune and the Stars. What I feel is with the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, it signifies a situation where timing is just right. Okay, the star indicates visibility, it indicates fame and recognition and being in an environment where we feel like it's like the star leading the way. We feel like we belong. We feel like at home, at peace, and also we feel like we're constantly learning and evolving and kind of growing to become like a better person. So in the work environment for some of you, I feel like for many of you in the past, you might have just, drifted from one job to the next, trying to find your reason, trying to find, the career path, trying to find out like, where am I supposed to be? What is my destiny when it comes to work? And I feel like you're at a point where some of you have already found that calling, where you want to go, and especially what type of work that you want to do, not only temporarily, but like almost as a career. So some of you have made it, and some of you might be in the legal profession, dealing with legal cases and things like that. But and also teaching too. But I feel it extends a little bit beyond that, because what I feel is whatever it is where you feel like very passionate about, you want to make a difference. And I also feel like it's not just about the fame, right? Not about the fame and the recognition. It's wanting to do something life changing, okay? Wanting to so it's not just a job where you go to work, clock in, clock out, and then you leave your work at home. You want work that is transformative. You want work that is meaningful. And I feel like many of you are coming into this month either with the realization of what that is, or having already found a place where you feel like you belong and you feel like this is where I can make a career. Okay, so you have a lot of things that are kind of lined up for you, and it took, it might have taken some time, and you might have doubted the process, but I feel like everything is falling into place in a very nice and serendipitous way, because it was like, it was meant to happen, but the timing had to, it's like the universe had to tweak with the timing in order to let all the pieces fall into place just perfectly, so that you don't question it. So I see many of you getting a lot of signs. Many of you are getting a lot of synchronicities that's signaling to you this is the right choice, this is the right place. Okay. I don't see any Pentacles card in here, but what I do feel is I don't like, no news is good news. So I feel like it's indicating to me that everything else in your life is very stable. The only thing that popped up is, this one relationship that has you very, very weak in the knees, and you don't really know what to do, because I see this shyness, this reservation coming from you, not knowing what to do, feeling a little bit unsettled by the other person, and feeling like the other person is so, I see somebody who might be an authority figure. So they might have a lot of status, a lot of prestige, a lot of money, a lot of wealth associated with them. And you don't care about those things. That's not why you like them. You like them because, I feel like it's yes, it's physical attraction, but there's something there. I guess it's their charisma that really draws you in. It might also be their sense of morality. They're very straight-laced, and they're just really they have a good sense of integrity, and they don't bend to other people. They don't compromise their integrity, and I feel like that's what you really like about them. But I just see this dynamic where someone is teasing you or making you feel very shy, and you're just not really sure how you should handle this connection. So I see that element about, apprehension, but I definitely feel you're really drawn to somebody. You're very, very attracted to another person. And I feel like there's this push and pull, this constant struggle with the communication. Sharpening the tools, sharpening the knives, okay? The knives, the swords, they deal with communication. So I feel like you kind of have to roll with the punches, and you have to, keep your wits about you, and make some witty comments, have some comebacks that are ready, because I feel like this is somebody that has a little bit of a teasing energy about them, because they're trying to get you to lighten up. They might feel that you're a little bit too serious. Yeah, I think like they feel like you're a little bit too serious. They feel like you're doing things the hard way rather than the smart way. They see you as someone who's very hardworking, and they're like, there's a better way to do this. So I feel like this will straighten itself out if you soften your energy a little bit. If you're not so much of a workaholic, if you take the time to, banter and have like lighthearted conversations, okay? Don't read too much in between the lines with this person, because I feel like he or she is trying to, they're trying to get a rise out of you. I don't feel like it's in a bad way, but they're not taking themselves too seriously at this point. And so if you read in between the lines, it's going to drive you nuts, and it's going to make you feel a lot more uncertain. They just want to know how you feel. And so, show them how you feel. Okay. So I will leave it at that, Sagittarius. I hope the reading is helpful.